Hello Capricorn, this is Teresa from TarotScope.com, and this is your love TarotScope for the month of June. And I want to say, before I do anything, I want to call in the angels with this beautiful bell. We've got our candles lit, we've got our crystals in place. And I want to say thank you for listening and watching, and thank you for your comments, and I hope that these readings have been helping you. And I really appreciate all your support and your comments. If you'd like a private reading, you can go to my website at TarotScope.com, and the link is listed below the video, so I'd be happy to have a private session with you. In the meantime, let's see what's going on for the month of June for Capricorn. What does Capricorn need to know for the month of June about their love life? What is going on? What does Capricorn need to know about their love life in the month of June? What does Capricorn need to know about their love life in the month of June? What does Capricorn need to know about their love life? May the highest forces be present at this reading to ensure that the truth be told. Decisions. Two of Swords, the Five of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups, the Seven of Wands, the Hermit, the Three of Swords, the Ace of Cups, the Hierophant, the Ten of Cups, the Eight of Wands. Interesting. Okay. Let's see what's happening. Well, you start out the month of June, Capricorn, with the Two of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. In the present, the Two of Swords is someone who's on the fence about something. You're trying to make a decision. You might have had there might be a relationship that's been kind of troubling you. There's someone in your life who's been going through some difficulties, and maybe you're helping them out. You're helping them through a depressing time. The Five of, it's like there's someone who's kind of been wounded and they need your help. They're coming to you for help. And you've been giving them help. Maybe they're going through a depression. They're having financial difficulties and you've been kind of a support to them. But at the same time, you're trying to decide where to go with this relationship, because you feel that you're just, things are not working the way they used to. It's not fulfilling as much. With the Eight of Cups, you might have made a decision to walk away, to give up something that was once fulfilling and is no longer fulfilling, and you want to move towards something that has more meaning to you. It could also mean that you yourself are struggling financially, that you're trying to decide what direction to take in your life. Maybe you feel, whatever you're involved in right now, you feel like you're on the outside looking in, like you don't really belong, you don't fit in. You feel like you're not really part of anything. A part of you wonders if you're good enough, if you have what it takes to be successful. You do, but you have to solve this problem, this financial. You're having some financial difficulties, either you or the person you're involved with. This is part of financial difficulty, and you're trying to decide the right way to go, the right way to do, what to do about it. And it might involve making some changes, moving away from something, either changing your location or moving towards something, a different type of career, a different type of job, maybe even a new relationship. because you're not really happy in this current relationship or this current situation. And the 7 is a card of you standing up for yourself, standing up for your rights, setting boundaries. So it could be that someone's been taking advantage of your kindness, expecting you to pay for everything, making financial demands on you that have become a burden. And you're having to set some boundaries because you can't afford to keep doing it. You can't support them and yourself. They have to take more responsibility for their life. Maybe you've been helping out too much. So with the 7, you're standing up to people and you're standing up for what you believe in, and you have the upper hand, so don't worry about any opposition that you might be experiencing. Because you can overcome whatever competition you've been struggling with, whatever opposition you've been struggling with. You will succeed because you got the 8 of Wands here at the end, the outcome. But it is going to involve some serious thinking. You have the Hermit here coming up in the future. And you may feel like you need time alone. So the Hermit is taking time out. It's about taking time out to think about what you really need and what's right for you. Instead of just jumping, reacting and just doing something spontaneous, spur of the moment kind of activity, like a reactive behavior. You don't want to do that. You want to sit down and think about it. Okay, I know I have these problems. How do I solve them? What's the best way to go about doing this? Maybe I need to talk to someone whose opinion I respect. The Hermit is about going to someone. It could be a counselor or a spiritual guide, like a priest or a minister, or someone even some older person whose opinion you respect, a parent or a grandparent or an aunt or an uncle. Someone in your family or someone who has some kind of experience in counseling. It could also mean following your own inner divine guidance. When you take time out to meditate, like go off for a weekend by yourself or spend the day alone and really start to think, get away from all the stress and think about how to solve the problem, and you'll come up with answers. And what it might mean is cutting away. It may mean breaking a relationship. Maybe you need to make some difficult decisions. It could also mean that someone in your life needs to see a counselor and may need some type of surgery, minor surgery. Sometimes the 3 of Swords comes up and it means surgery. And this can mean following the doctor's orders. Someone in your life needs help, more help than you can give them. Maybe they need professional help. And you have to try and convince them to go and get that help. So they might need surgery. Or if it doesn't mean operation or surgery, it could also mean that you just need to admit that something's not working and cut it away. Remove it from your life. So you might be ending relationships in June to make way for something new that's better. Because look at what's coming up. Look what's coming up. So there's some sorrow at what you're leaving behind. The 8 of Cups is about leaving things behind that are no longer fulfilling. And there's sorrow in any kind of ending. There's always sorrow. Even if you know you're moving on to something better, you still feel sad about what you're leaving behind. I mean, that's natural. But sometimes that's necessary so that you can improve your life, so that you can get out of a jam, so you can make things better and more successful and be more successful in the future. So you could be seriously thinking about leaving either a relationship or a job, so that you can have more financial security and a more fulfilling life. So here you have the Ace of Cups. So a part of you've recently started some new project, but you have doubts about the potential for it. And you shouldn't, because there are really some good things are coming up in the future. You may have an opportunity to get involved with a school or educational, either a hospital or a school, because this is a card about teaching. It's an institution of learning. You might have get a new offer that involves that you wind up working in a place that has that's a lot more stable. They might be kind of conservative. It might be a place that's been around, more like an institution. When I see the Hierophant, I always think of something solid, something that's been around for a long time, like a bank or a school or a hospital. Not just a new business that just started yesterday, something that's been around for years. And they have strict policies, and they've worked out everything, and they know what they need to. They've got like their systems in place, and they may be a little bit conservative, not open to the new, but they are stable, and you can learn a lot there. There's more opportunity for growth and for learning and growing in your position. It could also mean that you're involved. Now this is also, there's someone in your life who may want more of a commitment from you, may want more of a more traditional relationship. Maybe you've been dating someone and you're not really married, but you've been okay with the way things are, and this person's wanting more of a commitment. One of you, at least, wants to be more committed, wants a more formal relationship. Because the Hierophant is also about formality and tradition. And the Love card is here, the Ten of Cups. That's like a love card. That's, you have a lot of love in your life. If you doubt about this person, if you have any doubts about this person's feelings, they really love you. There's a lot of love there. The Ace could also be a birth. But you're afraid of it. This commitment and these changes are scary. You're afraid of having a child, or you're afraid of the responsibility that goes with that, with having family, or having more of a commitment. There could be some fears there, like, oh my God, this person wants to get serious, what do I do now? A part of you is scary. You're afraid of it. It's like, oh, am I going to be trapped? I don't know. Even though you love the person, the thought of commitment is scaring you. But there's a lot of love there. And then you have the Eight of Wands at the end, which means, doors opening up career-wise, success, things happening quickly. So you could meet someone and suddenly feel that you've met someone that you could really get serious with. And things could be happening really quickly, and you might be afraid of that. Like, I don't know, it's all happening so fast, it's going too fast, I don't know. I want to slow it down. It could also mean journey by air, that you like travel with someone. You might meet someone while you're traveling. Maybe you go on a trip and you meet someone while you're on this trip. And it's someone that you think you could really have a connection with. It could also mean career success. The Eight of Wands could mean that suddenly this new project comes up and it's offering you a lot of opportunity, and you want to, but you have to move fast to grasp it, and it's scaring you. Like, you're thinking, am I good enough? Should I try for this thing? I don't know if I'm good enough. Maybe I shouldn't even try. But you should try. If it's a career opportunity, I would say definitely try. If they accept you, they're going to want you to start right away. The Ace of Cups is about June, July, August, so it's June. July is when things are really going to start to be happening. This is a card of, it rules a 3-month period. So there's some new beginnings coming up in June and July. New love or new opportunities. And you should just go for it, Capricorn. Accept that position or accept that love. And don't be afraid of leaving behind what's no longer working. Don't be afraid of cutting away. I mean, sometimes, you have to close one door to open for new opportunities to come in. And if you hold on to what's not working, you're not allowing the new to come in, and you're blocking your success. Sometimes that's the only way to grow, is to leave something behind and move on. You know, sometimes you get stuck in a rut in a certain situation, and it's just not progressing, it's not changing, you're not growing, and you need to leave it behind and go to an area where there's more opportunity and more room for growth and success. So that's kind of what's going on. You're cutting out. You really need to solve your financial problems. And you might need to cut away some people who are draining you financially, or at least set better boundaries. You might need to put your foot down and say, you know what, I can't continue to support you anymore. I just can't do it. And that might cause some hard feelings, but you have to stand up for yourself. You have to move towards success. You have to don't be afraid to embrace the new, and don't be afraid to speak your truth. With the Two of Swords, sometimes you're afraid to speak your truth. You're not really expressing what you're feeling, and you need to do that. You need to be honest with the person. I think you might be afraid of hurting their feelings, but you need to be honest. You owe it to them to be honest. And the outcome looks wonderful, but you just have to get through this difficult situation first. And you have to really think about what you need to cut away and that's no longer serving you. And once you can do that, if you have the courage to do that and you have the strength to do that, it's all green lights after that. You just have this wonderful path ahead of you. So don't be afraid of that. Embrace the new. Okay, Capricorn. Thank you for watching and thank you for listening. And I wish you much luck for the month of June. And much luck and much love. And I'll talk to you next month. Thank you.